Thank you so much for making the time to talk to me. I am so blown away by your organization because, I knew it was like a guy website, and that's pretty much because I'm a woman. So you guys seem to have a really unique approach to donations and making a difference. To me, it just seems really grassroots. You're very hands-on. And what got me about Liam's story, because I obviously am deeply emotionally invested in his case,
Mhm.
but that you guys seem to be the same. It's not just a case or an organization where you're donating your money to cancer research as a company, but you're truly running with that. And I can tell that it matters to you guys. So well done.
Oh, thank you. And we help someone like Liam every single week. And what we try to do is we use the individual to raise awareness about the cause rather than the other way around, which is, what's a little bit unique about us. And in learning about that individual, you fall in love with Liam. You can't help but want to help him in any way possible. And so you get this connection to our community. And yes, like you mentioned, you may have known of the Chive before, as just like on the surface, there are beautiful women on there. There's this community and just this weird underground website and app. But when you dig deeper, you get to know that the community has the biggest heart around. And they just really have the ability to change a life. And that's what Chive Charities is about, life-changing impact. And, we're going to be with our recipients today, tomorrow, and years down the road, and they become a part of that community. And it feeds on itself. We've got the saying that ripples make waves. So somebody may have read Liam's story and learned about CRPS, and maybe that will help them get a diagnosis, or somebody that hasn't found the Spero clinic, for example, and now knows that exists. I didn't know that exists because we had helped 2 or 3 other people with CRPS in the past. And it's just, devastating to see what, some of these families have gone through, and knowing that there's an option out there where there's a light at the end of the tunnel, which I think is always what really resonates when people see that light at the end of the tunnel, and they know that like even a $5 or $10 donation is going to get them closer to the end of that tunnel. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's like my creed, and the son of the founder of chiropractic said this: you never know how far-reaching something you say, think, or do today can affect the lives of millions tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lose a patient to a condition like CRPS, were they going to be our next scientist or a father? And the ripples of that destroyed life goes out so far. But conversely, if you get to save a life, those ripples go out too. And I just know that Liam has great things in his future, because, man, that kid's a fighter.
Yeah, you can tell. Not only Liam, but his parents obviously are fighting for him. And, if you read his story, we talked about how he went out on a limb financially to make this thing happen. And you probably run into that all the time. Conversations with like, they will do whatever it takes to take the pain away. As a parent now of 4 children, like if one of my children is in pain, it's like, I'd do anything. So I've got this connection. And that's what we try to do, is we try to make that connection to every one of our recipients, to our past donors, our future donors, our current donors, and anybody out there that could share the message, because, you can get involved in more ways than just giving to Chive Charities. It's share the story, talk about it with your friends. Like this is just, one of the worst things, CRPS, that I know any of our 500 recipients that we've helped in the past 10 years, time and time again, when we help people with CRPS, it's just mind blowing to me. And so we want to be a part of telling that story.
So, Brian, do you guys, you're a wing under your company, and I'm sure what you're doing very much must have been in your founder's value set and consciousness, because it just seems to be very well thought out and designed, so there's a thrust behind it. And so what is your goal moving forward with your organization? How big do you want it to become? How many people do you want to help?
Well, the goal is always to help as many people as we can. We've been very blessed to help more people nowadays than we've ever been able to. But that's because people believe in us and they see that tangible impact of what their support provides. And we talk about it as life-changing impact. A lot of the people that we help have life-altering conditions, whether that be post-traumatic stress, whether that be CRPS, whether that be osteogenesis imperfecta type 3, SMA type 2, things that are life-altering, and they're trapped in their homes. They can't get to doctor's appointments. So we want to be there to fill in the gaps. And so the goal is always to make the world 10% happier. We know that we can't help everyone in the world, but we can make a little bit of a difference if telling that story, if educating people, and you share that, and and you share something with your colleagues. We've had people chime in the comments, doctors saying, you know what, I didn't know that this disease existed, and I'm sending it to all my colleagues. So we're not only making an impact in the life of the Liams of the world, it's the future Liams, that are now going to learn about something that could potentially change their life. So, right now we're helping 1 to 2 people a week. Our average grant is about $30,000. But, Dr. Katinka, if I'm being honest, I had written a note on the end of Liam's story that kind of outlined the need and kind of the issue that we run into. The more people we help, the more people reach out for help. And we have to say, just because we're saying yes to more people than we ever have, unfortunately, that means that we're also saying no to more people than we ever have. So every 3 months, we all sit down as a board and as a staff, and we review about 50 cases, the rarest of the rare, the people in the biggest need. And we can only say yes to 20 to, if we've got a sponsor coming in and we've got a lot of revenue coming in, maybe 25 recipients, because that life-changing impact on average is $30,000 per individual, per recipient. And that's only going up with the rising costs and inflation and stuff like that. So we're still saying no to more people than we're saying yes to. And that's the hardest part, is if we could have just helped one more person. And so the goal you asked, I guess the goal is to say yes to everybody, and be able to help every single family that reaches out for help, and really transform their lives.
And so we definitely, anyone watching this has been impacted, or who loves someone that's been impacted by a rare, painful disease that is life-altering, the steps to take to help you guys, it really will become a win-win situation, is the power of social media, talking about what you guys are doing, how incredible your work is, Chive Charities, and sharing your story on social media. Share Liam's story, make more people aware of it. I'm not sure if you're on Amazon Smile. Are you guys?
We are. To date, I was just looking at this. I think something in the realm of $50,000 has come in through Amazon Smile over the years, which is really, really cool.
Yes, that's awesome. So, if you're watching this, chances are that you're buying stuff on Amazon. We have another charity called the Burning Limb Foundation that we support. And so it is so easy. Many people don't even know about this. So your money goes nowhere. And I forget, Brian, what is the percentage that Amazon gives back to the charities of your choice?
Oh gosh, you know what? I think it's like 0.1 something. It's small. It's tiny. However, yes, a little bit creates a lot of impact over time. And so that's the same thing that I tell, potential donors. That's the call to action on some of our charity stories, is that you may only be able to give $5 a month, but, we've got 3,600 donors monthly, and, you can move mountains with $5 a month if you've got, you know, an army of committed donors. And luckily, a lot of those donors do things like Amazon Smile for us, or they'll go to their company, and you know, that company may match up to 3x their yearly donations. So yeah, there is a lot of impact that's out there, and luckily we've got a very loyal donor force.
Well, Brian, I think you guys are doing incredible things, and we're so honored to be proud of this movement for Liam. And we're going to link a video with him here where he's walking on his foot. It is looking so good. So your mind's going to be blown. He's doing all the work and deserves all the credit. And so do you guys, because he wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I can't thank you guys enough for the support you guys have given us back. You know, the outpouring of love, and you know, keep sharing those Liam videos with us, because we want to let all of our followers, I think, you know, there's probably a couple 100,000 people that fell in love with him and want to keep up to date. So it's just, I just love the work that you guys do. The passion you have is clear. You're doing things that I didn't think were even possible, and that nobody else is doing. And I think more people need to know about it. So excited to be a resource for you guys. And then also, you know, knowing that we've got some people in the past that we've helped with CRPS. Now we know where to send them.
Yes. Yeah. I think if our communities combine, you know, we have so many followers. I think we have 50,000 something followers on TikTok. And, you know, if you guys can share the work Chive is doing and share Liam's story and just get awareness for CRPS out there, it's going to benefit all of us. So I look forward to the day to Zoom you in when he rings the bell.
All right, fantastic. I love it.
Thank you for your time, Brian. I appreciate it. Keep up your amazing work.
You too. Thanks, Dr. Katinka.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.